Every day we stroll through a minefield of legal bullshit, blissfully unaware of the hidden traps lying in wait. We sign forms without reading them, click agree without a second thought, and mutter, "I understand," in courtrooms like lambs to the slaughter. But here's the thing. The legal system isn't about justice, it's about control. And they achieve that control through the fine print, the loopholes, and the language itself. They call it legalese, but it's less a language and more a weaponized form of gibberish designed to bamboozle you into submission. It's how they turn a simple person into a corporate entity, how a casual understand becomes a binding contract, and how a seemingly innocuous summons becomes a one-way ticket to their rigged game. But what if we could fight fire with fire? What if we could use the very technology they fear to expose their tricks and reclaim our power? That's right, folks, I'm talking about AI. Today we're diving deep into the murky depths of legal word traps, exposing how they're used to enslave us, and revealing how AI could be the key to breaking free. Now, you might think the word person is pretty straightforward, a human being like you or me. But in the twisted world of legalese, person takes on a whole new meaning. See, in their eyes, you're not just a person, you're a legal person, and no, that's not a compliment. A legal person is basically a corporate entity, a fictional construct created by the state. So, when you're dealing with the government signing forms, using your ID, you're not interacting as a free individual, but as this corporate fiction. Ever notice how your name appears in all caps on official documents? That's not a coincidence, my friend. That's your corporate identity shining through. This is how they justify taxing, regulating, and penalizing you. You see, they're not dealing with Michael or John, they're dealing with Michael Pierce or John Oliver, the registered entities. It's a sneaky little trick turning you into a product they can control. But fear not, because this is where AI swoops in to save the day. Imagine AI-powered contract scanners that can sift through these documents and identify when you're being forced into this corporate personhood box. Think of AI algorithms generating legal defenses, proving that the obligations they're trying to impose simply don't apply to you as a living, breathing human being. What if AI could help us reclaim our legal status as free individuals, no longer beholden to these corporate fictions? It's time to fight back against this legal identity theft and reclaim our humanity. We've all been there, right? A police officer pulls you over, a judge stares down from the bench, and they hit you with the seemingly innocuous question, "Do you understand?" You nod along thinking, "Yeah, I understand you want to slap me with another pointless fine." But here's the kicker. In legalese, understand doesn't mean what you think it means. Oh no, my friend, understand is code. It's their way of saying, "Do you submit to my authority?" By saying yes, you're unwittingly giving them permission to rule over you, to impose their rules and regulations on your life. It's how they establish jurisdiction, how they pull you into their system. And once you're in, it's about as easy to escape as a wet paper bag. But what if we had a secret weapon, a digital guardian angel whispering in our ears? Imagine AI-powered courtroom assistants that can detect this deceptive language in real time, generating automated objections before you can even open your mouth. Think of AI training programs that teach people how to navigate these linguistic minefields, how to respond without accidentally signing away their rights. What if AI could empower us to understand their language better than they do, to avoid unknowingly consenting to their control? It's time to stop playing their game and start rewriting the rules. Chapter 3. Summoning Your Corporate Self. The summons contract. Ah, the court summons, that delightful little piece of paper that arrives in the mail bringing joy and excitement to your doorstep. Just kidding, it's terrifying. But here's the thing. A summons isn't just an invitation to a party you really don't want to attend. It's a contract offer, disguised as a legal obligation. The moment you show up, you're agreeing to participate in their system, to play by their rules. You've essentially walked right into their web, and trust me, they've got a lot of experience spinning webs. Ever notice the eerie similarity between a legal summons and how spirits are summoned in rituals? That's because you're not just bringing your physical self to court, you're summoning your legal person, that corporate entity we talked about earlier. It's all about establishing legal authority over you, pulling you deeper into their system. But what if we could fight back before even setting foot in a courtroom? Imagine AI algorithms that can scan these summons documents, determining their legal validity and identifying any hidden traps. Think of AI-generated legal responses that challenge their jurisdiction, that reject these contracts disguised as obligations. What if AI could help us avoid these legal traps before we even step into them? It's time to stop playing the defendant and start taking control of the narrative. Chapter 4. Real Laws versus Corporate Policies Exposing the Statute Scam. We like to think we live in a society governed by laws, right? Well, buckle up, Buttercup, because I've got some news for you. Most of what we consider laws aren't actually laws at all. They're statutes, regulations, and administrative codes, and they only hold power if you consent to them. You see, the police, the courts, the entire government apparatus, they operate under corporate rules. That means they need your voluntary compliance to enforce anything. But here's the kicker: nobody teaches us this. We're raised to believe that statutes are the law of the land, and so we follow them blindly, paying fines, showing up in court, and generally reinforcing their authority. It's like a giant game of Simon Says, and we're all just following along like obedient little sheep. But what if we had a way to tell the difference between real laws and corporate bullshit? Imagine AI algorithms that can differentiate between legitimate legal codes and these flimsy corporate statutes, automatically generating legal challenges to expose their illegitimacy. Think of AI-powered legal advisors that can tell you which laws you actually need to follow and which ones you can toss right out the window. What if AI could empower us to see through this legal smokescreen and reclaim our power? It's time to stop consenting to their corporate rulebook and start demanding real justice. Chapter 5. The Consent Con: How They Trap You with a Word. Here's the dirty little secret of the legal system. It's all built on consent. If you don't object, you agree. If you sign without reading, you're bound by it. If you stay silent, you've given your consent. They've designed it this way, a system where your silence is their weapon. Every interaction with the government, every bank loan, every court appearance, it all involves some form of signature, verbal agreement, or implied consent. And once you've agreed, even unknowingly they've got you. It's like a legal game of gotcha, and they're holding all the cards. But what if we could flip the script? What if we could expose their consent traps and take back our power? Imagine AI algorithms that can scan contracts, police interactions, and courtroom statements, automatically detecting hidden consent clauses and alerting you to the danger. Think of AI-generated legal tools that can challenge consent-based rulings before they even go into effect, protecting you from unknowingly signing away your rights. What if AI could empower us to understand the true meaning of consent and give it freely, on our own terms? It's time to stop being pawns in their game and start demanding true transparency and accountability. Conclusion: the future of AI versus the legal control system. The system isn't broken, it's working exactly as intended to control you. Through wordplay, hidden contracts, and legal manipulation, they've created a world where we unknowingly give up our rights every single day. But for the first time, we have a weapon that can fight back: artificial intelligence. AI has the power to decode their legal tricks, to expose their hidden scams, and to rewrite the rules in favor of the people. Imagine a world where AI can detect when you're being manipulated, where it can defend against unfair enforcement, and where it puts legal power back where it belongs, in your hands. The legal system was built to enslave. AI might be the key to setting us free. The only question is, will we control AI, or will they use it to tighten their grip? If you want AI to be used for the people, not the elites, share this video and wake up others to the legal control system.